Good evening. Questions for Kyle Mills, please.
Did you feel in danger when the lightning started striking?
No, because I was carrying back in the changing room, to be fair. So I was more than comfortable. But look, I think Brendan played a great hand. He took the initiative, and obviously there was rain on the way, and I thought he played a superb knock to get us over the Duckworth-Lewis score.
Was it planned when he came down to bat? Was it planned to get it over to get over 41? I think.
Yeah, I think Brendan summed up the situation pretty well. You know, we realised that there was bad weather on the way, and he summed it up nicely, and he really showed a lot of initiative and got us over the line. So it was a fine little knock from him.
Carl, you said you were cowering in the change room, but as a kind of a real issue, have you ever been involved in games where lightning's been a threat, and what's your take on whether or not players should be taken off by the umpires to avoid any mishaps?
Yeah, a couple of times in South Africa, up in the high veld when the thunder and lightning come down, it can be quite a frightening place. And at the end of the day, it is just a game of cricket. And everyone could tell that the thunder and lightning was relatively close to the ground. And I think the right decision was made to get the players off, because even though we all here to win a World Cup, at the end of the day, it's just a game of cricket. And I think lives are far more important.
What about the timing of that decision? Because the lightning was striking on fourth over, so potentially you could have come off.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I think you could, every time you've come off due to rain, there's always that speculation: could you have come off an over before? And when Duckworth-Lewis does come into play, no one ever wants to see that as an end result in a game of cricket. You want to see the full allotment of overs. But when Duckworth-Lewis does come in, sometimes you're on the receiving end, and then sometimes you're on the other end. So I remember back in Cardiff and then the Champions Trophy, if it rained for 3 more minutes, we would have got a no result there and would have gone through to the semis. And tonight just favoured us a little bit.
Kyle, Stuart told us that him and Brendan had discussed potentially walking their players off before the 5th over had happened. So would the team have backed Brendan if he'd have made that sort of decision off his own bat ahead of the umpires to take the guys off if he felt in danger?
Yeah, look, I think Brendan was a fine judge out there. He's in there in the middle. Wasn't if he was up in the changing room, and any decision your captain makes. I think Brendan is a leader of men. I think the right one would have been made from Brendan. I think it's just nice to see Stuart and Brendan discussing it. There wasn't any sort of animosity towards either side, so it's nice to see that two countries can get on and make a decision that's the benefit for all the players out there.
Stuart's actually quite critical of the umpires, like coming back to this timing thing about the timing of it all, and that the players should have got off before that sort of 5th over was up. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I think that's probably a bit of a hindsight thing, isn't it? If Stuart was on the other end of it, he'd be more than happy with the decision. So I think in cricket you win some and you lose some. I'm sure the umpires are out there, trying to make decisions to the best of their ability. I'm sure there's not pressure on them, but they want to try and get a full game of cricket on, and they're trying to make a judgment call as how they see it. And it just so happened that we got another over in the game. The lightning and thunder could have passed through within those 6 balls. That's no one can sort of really answer that, but I think everyone out there was trying their best to make the right decision for everyone involved.
And you touched on there about Brendan being a leader of men. I mean, he knew what he had to do and did it. I mean, that was an amazing sort of last over that he played to get you in that winning position.
It's what was required, and Brendan's that type of character. He's that type of cricketer as well. He's prepared to put himself on the line, and he's an extremely unselfish type of leader as well. So the decision was made that someone had to make a play, and it was Brendan, and he played some fine cricketing strokes to get us over the line. So even though it wasn't a 50 or 100, I think it was a great knock for us.
Carl, on your next game, you play South Africa. It's a quick turnaround. What do you make of such a short turnaround and playing against a side that now has to win right through?
Yeah, it's just the nature of this tournament. I've played in a few of these tournaments, and you have to turn the page pretty quickly. It's great that we got the result tonight, but turn the page and we move on to tomorrow, where we have to scout the South African team, which is coming off a loss, and they're going to come pretty hard at us. And hopefully we can put up a fine battle and get across the line so we go 2 wins up early in the tournament, because it'd be nice position to be in after 2 games.